Welcome to Balls and Brews. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, gents.
Pod 107. Cheers, people at home. Hope you guys are having a brewski on this football weekend.
Week 1, baby.
And
that is
one
delicious.
of my favorite kinds of beers.
God,
It
that's
is
so good.
an English style brown, which means that it's a little more
I
dry.
love it.
So it's that tad bit more dry than a traditional brown is.
It's what I wanted.
5.5, I agree. Tahoe Ale Works, Lake Tahoe Ale Works.
Yeah.
Tahoe
shout
Ale
out.
Works, dude. Sick spot. Did you go to said spot to get beer?
No, I went there. My brother came up after my weekend down visiting my uncle for his 50th wedding anniversary. And he came back up with us and stayed for a while. And I wanted to take him there. We took him there, got that pear pizza. Saw that in the fridge and had to grab it. I mean, we all like browns, and I hadn't had theirs before, so.
It's stellar.
It is very good.
I also tried I wasn't there red, but it was another red while I was there on draft. It was the Pizza Port Shark Bite Red Ale. That one was had a bite to it. I guess the name was appropriate.
Nice. Okay, what do you think? Was it hot? Was it like spicy? Did it have like a pepper or?
Yeah, it kind of had a little pepper to it.
Because they will do that sometimes. Or I've seen some ones where they add jalapeno or whatever to like different ales.
I'm not a huge fan. It wasn't a jalapeno flavor. No.
What's that one that Gray Basin has?
Chili Beso.
Chili Beso. Yeah, I don't play that.
When I was down in Petaluma, I actually tried a different jalapeno beer. That went to a couple different breweries.
Excuse me.
Did one that was a cookies and cream ale.
Oh, how was that?
I mean, it wasn't bad. A little sweet, but I wouldn't want to drink more than one of them. But the taste was the flavor was good.
Was it thick?
No, it wasn't too thick.
Cool.
It was a light color too. It was like a golden color to it.
Nice, man. Any other brewskis?
I mean, I did a lot of different food down there. Of course, when we were at the winery, we did some bubbles. We had all the reds and whites and blends, and we just went to Anaba, which we brought back a bottle of bubbles from that we had this afternoon. After we went to Cheesecake Factory for breakfast, which was nice, but it's expensive. Yeah. There's not much of a game scene there. We were the only two at the bar, so we got to pick and just watch football this morning there for a good time. What about you guys? What have you been up to?
I went and hit up the Copenhagen with my pops. It's an old-timer fucking bar in just off of Prater and Sparks, and they only serve food on Friday, and they do shrimp cocktails and shrimp scampi, and that's it. And they were both really fucking good.
Nice.
But they serve until they run out of shrimp, then they're done. And smacking. Cocktail sauce on point, scampi with the butter and the garlic, and we got the carbonara version of it, so we got the noodles and stuff. Oh, so good. So good.
Any brewskis there, Charlie, before I jump in?
Just some gin and tonics, a little G&Ts a little bit beforehand. I wasn't trying to fill up on beer. Just a couple of those, and then that was my whole night, alcohol-wise. That's all I really drank all up until today. I had a porter earlier with my pops and a Bloody Maria.
Oh, I forgot I did have it was a whiskey ginger with lemon and honey at Cheesecake. That was pretty good, too.
Huh. Well, me and Angelique went to Amador this weekend.
Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, I love that.
So we did some wine tasting as well. We brought home 2 bottles.
Nice.
Each of them. They were both really good.
Gone.
Drank another 2 from an from Avio winery. That's where we actually stayed on the winery.
Ooh.
It was sick. It was such a beautiful, we got to chill out. They had
like a bed and breakfast, or
they have a separate room off to the side, and you have a bathroom inside, a TV. There's this room off of that's got a kitchen, not a full kitchen, but like a microwave, a fridge, an air fryer, and then there's a little patio sit out, so you could just look out. We had like a little charcuterie board we made, looking out over the winery, which was badass. Pool and these little tubs you could sit in and look out over the winery too. So that was sick. Drank, wine, drank beer, drank Campfire Stout. Had 2 of those at 2 different places. Good stout, just a basic stout. Little notes of coffee and a little bit of chocolate, but not like where it's named for it, Drank red, drank the red trolley red, but drank another red from Amador. I can't quite remember what it was name-wise, but it was a good red. Did a brown too. That one was really good too. But we did stop at Great Basin in Carson now, and they have a Great Basin in Minden. So Great Basin is expanding.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's rad. Good for them.
Just went there for lunch on the way down, midway down, or, get to Carson, get lunch, have a beer, and then head the rest of the way. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. But I did have their stout there. No, I didn't. I had the red, the Truckee River Red. That's a really good red.
Solid.
So I had one of those and we left. But yeah, good food the whole time too. Just a good time. Amador is a really pretty place.
Chuck and I also met up on Thursday night for the end of the.
Oh goodness gracious, we sure did.
Eagles,
the Philly game. Yeah, he came over. Yeah. Well, you stopped by a little bit when you could before you got a call, and then you headed out and then came back afterwards, and we saw because it was on that hour delay.
Yeah, so I was able to get out early and catch it with you guys.
Slowed everything down. It also, the Jags and the fucking...
Yeah, they were on delay too today.
But yeah, did an hour plus delay from lightning.
Man, we'll get into that. We'll talk about that Cowboys-Eagles game. Actually, no. I have
Let's go.
Shit list recommendation.
All right, let's hear it.
Jalen Carter spitting on somebody at the beginning of a football game and getting kicked out for the whole football game puts your team in such a hole. Just doing something that stupid at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, probably cost us that spread.
Well, I think it did. They're lucky because they needed.
He's a hell of a player, dude.
When you're top 5, you could argue maybe he's a top 5 defensive player in the league right now. When you're that and you're gunning the whole game, and then why were you even that close to their huddle? What were you doing the whole time? Yeah, I saw Dak spitting over the lineman, but why were you even that close to the huddle in the first place?
That's true.
Yeah,
you should have been with your guys. You should have been with your guys. You were 2 yards on the wrong side of the ball before you even heard him chirping.
Right.
You were kind of asking for trouble. That's not a place you should be. I don't know if that defines him as a shit lister for me.
You don't have to.
I'm going to vote nay because I don't like it. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's acceptable, and I understand if he gets fined and or suspended, but
he should definitely get a huge fine. And they should maybe think about a 1-game suspension. Spitting on somebody, dude, that's one of the most unsportsmanlike conduct fucking things you can do ever.
I would vote to put him up there because I know his college. He had some driving.
That's why a lot of teams passed on him.
No, yeah, for sure.
I mean, these two, right? You're one of them.
I know I did. I drafted Spoon at 5 that draft.
We took Tyree.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is just something else on top of all that he just kind of adds to okay.
That's why I brought it up because it's not a one-time offender.
Yeah,
he's got this kind of little past college bullshit going on that we're talking about here too. But if Charlie's a no, it's brought up. It's brought up. Trev, did you have somebody else?
Well, yeah, I was going to get to that too, but I was just going to say Big Dom. They need more of him on the field to not only keep the coach in check, but maybe the players now as well, because that was so bad.
That game, the Eagles had almost more penalty yards in the first half than they did offensive yards or something. It was
no, that's not true. I mean, Jalen Hurts was playing his ass off. He was linking up with Dallas Goedert pretty well. That connection, AJ Brown was nowhere to be found, and Devontae Smith had a schmeh game. Yeah, I went 0 for 3, dude. It was not a good week 1.
We'll talk about that later.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
But no, we'll get to that because I really want to kind of dive into. Because you got to remember that. We're kind of off track here, but the Eagles also have a different play caller this year.
Sure.
All right, so let's actually get into the other football.
Oh, wait, my other shit lister?
Oh, yeah, Trev.
So yeah, I thought, man, that was a good call bringing him up. But the other one that I thought might have got brought up while I was, I don't know if it was for the last show or not, but shouldn't we have Jerry Jones up here?
Ooh.
Shouldn't we have Jerry Jones up here? The fans of the Cowboys they don't want to root for their team right now.
I don't know if it's a good idea, but he's not my owner, and all he does is give me good content.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious if you're not a Cowboys fan.
So I'm gonna for now. I mean, he's an awful owner. He's we talked about what happened with the Micah Parsons thing, and then now, the more and more he opens his mouth, he makes himself look worse and worse with everything that comes out of his mouth. You do understand that you did trade Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, who aren't going to give you a top 5 pick. You're going to be picking at 28.
But the time of the trade, you don't get anything for this year.
Kenny Clark played okay.
But that's the best I think you can probably expect from him.
Okay,
right.
I can't put him on the shit list just because I think shit
if
list
your
is also,
GM traded your best player on your team for what they got, you'd say, nah, it's cool. Because my GM's my owner.
They were also in a
cool.
They were also in a contract bind. They were also because they gave Dak way too much money.
Well, they also just signed Bland.
They could have signed him the year before.
I know.
For $35 million.
I can't put him up on the shit list because it's just more hilarious for me. It's just content for us. It doesn't have anything.
I can't make him a shit lister. Yeah. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
I'm sorry, Cowboys fans.
No, it's a good bring up.
No, it's a good argument. Solid argument.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting what you're saying. I'm just. I'm not. I didn't put anybody new up there.
The Cowboys fan that we know has. They've been so down on Jerry for so long, and then I think this is just the tipping point for a lot of them.
Well, then you sign Bland the next week, or in 3 days for a big contract too. But let's jump into the other football. Trev wasn't here last week, so I want to start off with a conversation we were having last week.
Okay.
About one versus three top, just not 1 versus 3, but any top ranked teams playing each other week 1. What is your I think it's awesome. I'm glad the teams did it. I have 2 teams I've written down here in Penn State and USC who play nobody until they have a regular game. And I think it's bullshit. So what's your feeling?
I love it. I always like to get 2 premier teams going against each other. Yeah, it's the beginning of the season, and without a college preseason, there's still a lot of stuff to work out. It's a lot of overreactions in week 1. Everybody was coming down on Arch Manning, which I thought was ridiculous. Sure, he missed a couple throws, but this is his first game in Ohio State, the defending champions with that crowd. He didn't play that bad.
He had a good second half. Good fourth quarter.
They made it entertaining at the very end, at least. And it's not like we're missing out on this game later on because both of these teams will probably end up in the playoffs. We might get a second round matchup of this and see how much they've changed from now till then. You want to see the best play the best. It's going to draw the eyes. There's always going to be a ranking of 1 and 2. It might not be right because it's just all conjecture at
nobody's
this
actually
time.
Played.
Yeah, no one's played. If they really wanted to have a legitimate ranking system, they wouldn't rank it until after 5 weeks or something before we know what these teams really look like, especially with the transfer portal. Now it's just there's so much more changes.
I feel like the argument for that has never been more prevalent, right? I agree with that. You obviously have programs, and the programs are going to separate themselves. So I would say that probably 3 games in, week 3 sounds about right.
Hold on. So I agree with that too. But week 3, think of your Penn State. You played Nevada, FIU. Your week 3 game is Villanova. So you
haven't played anybody.
You still haven't played anybody.
So I don't know what you are.
So that doesn't give it. USC plays fucking, and I'm a USC fan, Missouri State and Georgia Southern to start out the year. And then next week you get, they get somebody next week. They got a ranked team of some sort next week, or at least a Big Ten opponent. But this is BS. This scheduling is BS. Yes, Penn State played Nevada, which is my low, or FIU could be a low, but you don't get to play a Nevada and an FIU. You need to play a Nevada, and I know Oregon hounded Oklahoma State, but they still scheduled the Big 12 opponent.
Sure.
Right? Give me the thing.
Yeah. Florida State, Alabama. You at least schedule the blue bloods. Nobody thought Florida State was going to go and do what they did, but at least there was that chance because they're a quality program, or they have been at least. They're a blue chip or blue blood.
They are.
So
they are.
There's always that chance.
They had a fall off last year.
It turns into a game.
Dude, they
routed them.
They rolled somebody this week, but it was a game.
77-3 or 77-3. There was a whole lot of beatdown.
Oh, Michigan State. So it's okay. So then so as we're going through, I'm making notes for today's pod, right?
Okay.
You're looking through the games of this week in college football. Dude, there was a whole lot of Krappenberg States, I don't give an F.
2 week was bad. Yeah. Week
blah, blah, blah.
Week 2 was not slated anywhere near as heavy as
like
week
Iowa
1.
State, Iowa. That's a classic matchup, even though they're not ranked.
Right.
Which Iowa State gets.
Iowa State was. Iowa was
not like a ranked game.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
We
love Civil Wars, though. We love Civil Wars.
But
I phrased that wrong. We enjoy in-state rivalries. Phrasing. We're not doing that anymore. We enjoy in-state rivalries. How about that?
But other than that, you're looking down it, and there's 3 upsets, or not 3 upsets. The best game was the Michigan-Oklahoma game, ranking-wise. You have 15 versus 18.
Yeah.
I think Charlie and me said it at the beginning before pod. Mater?
Yeah,
Mater looked way better than Underwood. He looked way more comfortable in the pocket.
He looked like the 4th highest rated QB in the nation. He looks good. And he got it done in crunch time. So, that's the biggest attribute that you want out of your quarterback.
Do you think the Michigan rating is like kind of fake? Like them being at 14.
I thought it was high.
They didn't have a good year last year. You didn't really play anybody week 1.
Well, yes, and teams like Michigan are going to benefit at the beginning of every season because they have that name. And again, with all the changes, you don't know what they're going to be like. I mean, Florida State, they turned it around quickly, and maybe that's why Michigan was ranked so high, as they thought maybe they could be one of those teams, but they're not quite there yet.
They looked okay defensively. Offensively, they still, like Charlie said, Bryce Underwood is underperforming or underwhelming. Like, there wasn't nothing.
Well, it was his first real test against – they played at Krappenburg State week 1, so he looked really good. And then he played real competition, and he looked okay, but he didn't look like generational or anything. The thing about college is that there are – specific games that are fluffers, and then there are specific games that are absolute beasts that you're coming into, right? So this is one of those, like, OU is not – they came on really strong at the end of last year. They had a much better ending than Michigan did last year.
Well, and defensively, they're going to be solid because they got Brett Venables.
Yep.
Sure.
And then, I mean –
you had 2 other upsets. South Florida, dude, look out for them.
Oh, my goodness.
None of us picked them, and they're on a fucking roll.
I know. I was dumb about that.
Florida.
Should have been the one that I plugged in over ASU.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in.
There's still only 2 weeks, and they still have to play Georgia, right? Which they
don't play Georgia. They play Miami this week.
That's it. I'm sorry. Miami.
They're one of our games we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we'll talk about that game later.
Yeah, we're going to hit it up. And then the other upset is my Arizona State looked like they didn't even belong on the field in the first half.
That is true.
Against Mississippi State, and then bring it all the way back and then lose at the end. They weren't ready to go. My guy, the quarterback, he looked awful in the first half. He looked like that. Sam looked like he never played the game. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was because Mississippi State was loud because they were at Mississippi State. But no, Arizona State goes down. That doesn't necessarily kill their chances, but it hurts. You can't.
Yeah, I'm not liking them so much.
Yeah, and dude, my guy looked bad in the first half. Dude, he looked like he had. I don't know, first game he ever played in college football. I don't know. He looked, and then the second half they come out,
but it wasn't.
Yeah, yeah, and then they come out hot and bring it all the way back and just couldn't finish. But 2 teams go down.
Best game of the week was probably Boston College, Michigan State, though, double overtime.
Ooh.
40-42. So,
dude, those games are always fun.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
If you catch them and you're like watching them, those are always fun games.
It is. Committing to an interesting football game can be tough when there's so much stuff to pull your eyes. Like when it's your team and your game, that's what you're going to watch. But like when there's 8 different options going on, committing to one for the long term is kind of tough sometimes.
But that's like when you got your phone, you got that Fubo clicker. And you're like, well, this game's close. Which game is this? And then you have your 2 main games that you're trying to flip back and forth between.
Pretty much how it operates.
Yep. Even if it's not a ranked team, there's times where we're watching South Florida play FIU because it's 42-45.
Right. Yeah, you want to see good ball.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But 3 games. We got 3 games this week that are hot.
Hot.
Georgia, Tennessee, SEC matchup.
That is good because Tennessee's been looking good.
Dude,
okay,
Tennessee's been looking good.
Yeah.
I don't know who they played this week, but 6 versus 15. That's a nice opening SEC week matchup.
Okay.
South Florida. This is maybe the big game. Number 18 South Florida going to number 5 Miami. Miami Do they play this week after beating Notre Dame, or do they have a bye? If they played anybody, it was like Chumpenberg State. But this game is very interesting for me because South Florida's looked really, really good, and I think this is Miami's very first test. I know they played Notre Dame, and that was a close game, but having a South Florida team come at you.
Well, yeah, coming off of 2 ranked wins. One in the swamp. They went to Florida and got it done. Lest that be known. That is not a chump of an atmosphere.
No.
To go in and try to conquer.
South Florida's still in the American. They're not in.
Yeah. They're vying for that entry from the non-power 4.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what they're aiming for.
2 ranked wins.
And they keep it close against Miami, and then the rest of their schedule is feasible.
Yeah, dude. That's a good call because, dude, your strength of schedule's got to be hot.
Absolutely.
You played Boise State 25. Florida was
16?
13 when you played them, and now you're playing a number 5 Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, okay, Miami did have a fluffer in Bethune, but I think
yeah, that's right.
I think this is even – USF doesn't have to win this game. They can have a good loss here and be the team that makes the playoffs from the lower conferences as long as they take care of business the rest of the way.
That's what Charlie was saying.
They look like they're going to be that team already. They really do.
They do. They look explosive. I was not expecting that watching the Boise State game. I didn't see them this week against Florida. But against Boise State, they did look explosive.
Well, clearly they can play defense if you're only giving up 16 points to Lagway and
highly
in the swamp.
touted.
Yeah, that's not easy to do because they only won 18-16, so it was a slobber knocker.
Yeah, field goal.
And usually those games are won by the bigger team, the more physical team.
Sure, and they got the loud crowd at their back. No, I mean it is. So shout out to the Bulls, man, getting it done so far.
And last big game of the week, which should be a good one, which is going to be a huge game for Notre Dame, is Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Texas A&M undefeated right now too, but then you get Notre Dame, who just lost to Miami, needs that win because they don't really have anybody else on their schedule until they get to. I don't know. I think they get somebody ranked in the middle of the season. But right now, Notre Dame doesn't really have anybody. So this is a huge game for them.
Because they play adjacent to the ACC. Correct. So they don't have Clemson or Miami or
maybe they
SMU. SMU just got beat. But
did they?
Yeah.
Who'd they get beat by? We missed it. I missed that.
It was just they came back and Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor beat them.
I missed that one. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I did see that score going on at one point during the day and was like, oh, shit, I got to check up on that until I forgot to look back. Baylor coming out.
Yeah, double overtime again. That was 48-45.
Yeah. Damn. Sorry, people's missed that one on the big games of the week.
It's all right.
There might be some
called it out.
Good games next week, too. Like Clemson, Georgia Tech could be good. Clemson hasn't looked that great.
I wrote Florida, LSU down.
Florida, LSU. Florida's better do something because otherwise it's going to be a quick year for Napier.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, dude, you haven't been anything for a while now. Gator hasn't been chomping for.
You can't win week 1 and then lose week 2. No, you're gonna cease that momentum immediately. Because they ended hot. They actually went on quite a run at the end of last year, and they beat 3 top 15 teams.
Yeah, they were that spoiler last year.
Right, exactly. And so coming into this year, I understand why the hype was kind of around it, but you can't lose that game. Technically, they're not a rival, but an in-state little brother.
You shouldn't have lost it.
No, USF and American Conference coming in there.
If you want to even think about sniffing the 12. You can't lose that game. You're playing the SEC.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're gonna because now they do have a gauntlet. We talked about that too. It's one of the reasons why you didn't put them in the 12 is because they do play Georgia, they do play Alabama, they do play
them and
almost everybody. LSU, they play
6 or 7 ranked.
They
opponents.
play the tough ones.
Same as them and South Carolina. I think have the 2 hardest SEC schedules because South Carolina goes on that run where they play 6 in a row. Man, dude, that's
If you hit it wrong, and that's not even scheduling.
Yeah, but that wins. But if Norris comes out, your guy Norris comes out, and that wins him the Heisman.
Well, sure.
You go that gauntlet right there. You can knock that gauntlet out. They do play 6 teams in a row. It's
they go through it. They go through all the big boys, and like I said, that's not even the schedule makers. They have to those conference games are already set. That's they do the other 4 to 5 weeks that are available, but sometimes you just get unlucky, especially in a conference as deep as the SEC, bro. Like, it's not like the Big Ten is so big now. There's bottom dwellers. The ACC has been, fair to middle, very spread out in the sense of top good, bad, bottom bad. Like, we have no Pac-12. I don't even know if the new Pac-12 is going to mean much. Like, what? And then what's the other one we have? I'm sorry. Why am I drawing a blank on the other Power Four? Big Ten, the ACC. Right. That's what I talked about.
Big 12.
Yeah, Big 12. The Big 12. Yeah, and the Big 12 is not really.
It's been the new winner the last 3 years, or
it's been watered down too. Like, I mean,
dude. So we're basically looking at an SEC Big Ten nation right now. That's about all that truly matters. The top of those conferences.
You got to still get USC to be half decent. Otherwise, it's still you got your Penn State, Ohio State. Michigan's so-so. Michigan State's not really much. Wisconsin's not really much. Oregon. But
I hate to throw it in there.
That's kind of it, though. But, like, Oregon, Ohio State are your top two with Penn State right now. But is the Penn State going to be up there after they lose Nicholas Singleton and Allard next year?
They looked very questionable this week, actually.
Against FIU.
They shut them out.
30 to 3. Oh, yeah. They shut them out, and they have, like, the most shutouts other than, like, Ohio State or most shutouts other than Alabama or something in the last so many years or some weird stat.
I mean, Illinois, I kind of feel like people are sleeping on them. Illinois could be good.
Yeah, Duke had their number through the first 3 quarters, and then they kind of pulled away. Yeah, right.
Altmaier, Bielema,
they're
a good team.
Yeah, they're going to be in the top 10.
Indiana, after what they did last season too.
Different quarterback. We'll see. We'll see about
the
these
Big
Illinois
Ten and the SEC are both, I think, deep.
But I get you're keeping an eye on them. I think that's a smart. Those are teams to
right. Because are they bringing it back next year? A lot of the like Ohio State's and Oregon's bring it back every year. It's and Michigan's not even bringing it back. USC hasn't brung it at all.
You got to stop mentioning SC. They don't matter right now. I'm sorry. I know you're trying real hard. It'd be like me being like, Washington needs to be a big program. Washington needs to get going. Washington's been eating.
Should have been. Well, you keep hearing these people when SC. Well, SC's shouldn't be mentioned.
Lincoln Riley's got to get a fucking chopped. Yeah, thank goodness. Woohoo. Our Flufferton State, bro.
Yeah.
And we opened up against Colorado State, so it's not. And we scraped away on that one, so. I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of Big Ten wins happening this year.
I thought Colorado State might get you.
Yeah, a lot of people did. And
just the way that they started.
They had momentum, and then we stole it. But the Big Ten has 18 teams right now. I heard that stat, and I had to close my own jaw. I forgot how many fucking teams that was. It's insane.
Close it, Charlie.
I know. It just it was ridiculous.
Let's jump into a little baseball. We got a month left.
Okay. Oh, dude.
Left. I know. Hang on, Charlie. Hang on. You're going to make it through, buddy.
I'm trying real hard.
Right now, division standings. You got Toronto up by 2 on the Yankees in the East. Detroit is up by 8.5. Look at them Tigers up on the Royals.
Yeah.
And Houston's up 2.5 on Charlie's Mariners. Charlie's Mariners have had a little.
Well, it's only 2.5.
Yeah, you're on.
Because Astros have kind of been slumping too, huh?
Yeah. You're on a 2-game win streak. They're on a 1-game L. So maybe you made up a game in this one.
There you go. Okay. So I haven't caught that's awesome because we were getting beat by the Braves. I guess I haven't checked the last 2 days.
Yeah, I haven't looked at your stuff. But yeah, I've been out of town. In the East or in the NL, you got Philly up by 7 on the Mets, man. So that division's getting pretty close to wrapped up. Milwaukee up by 7.5 on the Cubs. Brew Crew just fucking always in it, dude. That's so crazy.
Leading the MLB, man.
They do. Best record in bigs. Good job, T. Dodgers up only 1 on San Diego. So that division is getting real close, too.
It's heated, man. Look at all those teams. 72 wins for both San Francisco and Arizona.
Yeah, because then you look at the wild cards. So you got the Yankees at number 1, the wild card. The Red Sox at number 2. And the Mariners right now only 1.5 games up on the Rangers, and Casey's 2 back.
All right, so we're still in the 3rd wild card position, is what you're telling me?
You're still in the 3rd wild card position. You are you're probably 4 back. You're 4 back from the Boston. You're 3.5 up back from Boston.
Okay. Well, Let's win the fucking West. Let's win the West. How the West was won, y'all. Come on, boys. Come on. It's why I haven't been running my mouth a whole lot, man. We have no history of being successful in the playoffs. We have never made a World Series. And the one time we made a championship series, we got fucking whacked. So
is that by the Indians?
No, it was by the Yankees.
Oh, okay.
Yup.
I think you should be more excited about the big dumper.
I'm excited about him, but individuals don't mean nothing if team success follows second. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dope that he's over the 50 mark and he's going to, try to climb towards that 60 mark.
It's also not like your team's not in it right now.
We sure are. Dude,
we just went over that.
I'm tempering expectations because this is
okay.
I want it. Believe me, I want it. Oh my Lord. And we have the bats to do so, and the pitching staff, they can keep up. Sometimes we got lit up on our road trip, our most recent road trip. We went like fucking 2-8 in the 10-game road trip that we had. It was bad. It was real bad. Anyway,
National League wild card. You got the Cubs, San Diego, New York, and then after that you got the Giants and Cincinnati. The Giants and the Reds are both 4 back. Arizona's 4.5 back. Cardinals 4.5 back. So you got 4 games to climb there, Trev, on the Mets. I don't know, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. The hitting's been better though, so it's nice to see at least. I want to just finish the year strong. I don't really, even if somehow they did sneak in, I still don't think this is the year.
Real close, money. Real close.
I know. Feeling better about it. Feeling better.
I'm not close. I just want to try to get close to 500, boys and girls. Our stud list. You got Aaron Judge still at 321. My boy Jacob Wilson, J-Dub at 315. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Cal Raleigh, 53 bombs. Next closest is Schwarbs at 49. Schwarbs hasn't hit one since he had that 4-game home
the outbreak, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cooled off.
Shohei's at 48 bombs and Judge at 43 bombs. So Judge still hitting for average and bombs. Runs batted in, Schwarbs at $120. Pete Alonso, $113, tied with Charlie's Cal Raleigh at $113, and then Suarez is at 109 on your team.
Isn't
too.
that pretty crazy? I know. So come on, you guys. But most of those did happen in a Diamondback uniform. Like he's been good for us, not great.
Yeah, he's not hitting real for average right now.
But God, dude, I would hate to waste this staff. We have a great fucking lineup. Our first 4 hitters can be elite at times, and to have them back to back to back is a royalty that Seattle normally doesn't have.
Yeah, when you think about who your top 6 hitters in that lineup with Julio, the Dumper, Rosarina,
Naylor, and
Suarez. I mean,
that's great, isn't it? Sounds wonderful on paper, and it's somewhat effective sometimes. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Come on, boys.
Pitching wise.
Help me, please.
2 Yankees are at the top with the wins, and 16 with Max Fried and Carlos Rodon. Freddie Peralta's at 16, also with the Brew Crew. And then your top 2 Cy Young guys, whether you have them 1 or 2, Skubal has 13 wins, and Crochet has 14 wins with Boston. Those 2 are probably your top 2 because Skeen's at $198, Skubal's at 210. Dude. 210 and you only have 13 wins. Yeah. You're kind of getting hosed there, especially when you have your top 2 in strikeouts of Skubal and Crochet too. So you're just striking hella dudes out.
Yeah, doing your job.
Good old Paul Skeen's out down there doing his job. $195 strikeouts. Buck 1.98 ERA, boys. Dude, he's gonna get under 2 and win the fucking Cy Young with a losing record like your boy Felix Hernandez did that one year. Didn't he go? Was he 13 and 14?
I think so. And
he won the ERA with a 2.12 or some shit.
It was 1.91 or 1.93 or something. King Felix wasn't the reason why we were losing anything.
No.
That's when we had no bats. Once again, I've watched that lineup produce nothing. So with this lineup that we have now, we got to produce something. So I'll stop championing the Mariners, but I want it real bad.
Champion, brother. We need the champion. We don't want those fucking Astros
cheater-ass Astros. Nope.
Also, to end the segment, the pod will take a loss in this. Caitlin Clark done for the year.
Yeah.
We've kind of been championing her. She didn't do anything this year. She did less than anything.
Had a really unfortunate full year. Or not full year.
So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. We think that she is the real deal. But it not on the court, dude. You can't.
Best availability.
Close.
So
best
close.
Ability is
availability.
That's right. You got to be on the goddamn field.
Also, Angel Reese gets suspended 1 game by the NBA or 1 game by the WNBA and then 1 game by her team for talking shit about the way her team played.
Can we put her on the shit list?
She's approaching that.
She is definitely approaching it. We'll have to have that convo off.
No, not off pod. That needs to happen on pod. I want to nominate her. I've been a detractor of her for a while, and I think that this is pretty much just the antithesis, or where that is Angel Reese. That the mask is off, and now you're seeing who the goddamn real person is, and she's not happy, and that's not the way you go about it. You can bitch about your team, but you have to do it in a constructive manner. You can't just say, we need better players. Homegirl's coming off of an ACL. We can't trust that. We need younger bitches, is basically what she said. That's what she said.
Younger? I don't think she'd use the bitches word, Charlie.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to tell a story. Embellish a little bit.
I don't know if that's the way that...
We're an uncensored pod. We can say...
Things not good in Chicago, though.
No, way to stir the pot unnecessarily. Everybody knows when you're not having a good season.
Yeah.
Everybody sees it. Like, everybody knows when you're under 500. It's not like you have to go around and be like, hey, guys, you having a good year? Like,
and she shouldn't be the one that be calling people out. It's just that simple.
Me bounds.
All about her. All about her. We're going to take a break, come back with the NFL segment, check on the JA game.
Yeah, dude.
Also, I don't know if we forgot to mention this, which we should have mentioned it top of pod. If you look at the person sitting to my far left, has a Niners hat on because
you're looking cute there, Chuck.
I've been really hoping you guys have been
there was a pod bet with Niners Seahawks dub, and Charlie has to wear the Niner hat on said pod.
Thank you for the segment. Did you get it?
I got
Damn
it. I got it.
Heather wanted to see you with the hat on.
Trev got said picture.
Fuck.
But it is here anyways, so it's being recorded. But that's why Charlie is wearing that Niners hat. We should have brought that up beginning.
So cute.
Yeah, it was not by choice, y'all. What a great game. We'll get into that. We'll get the NFL popping here soon. Let's get some freshies.
Welcome back to Balls and Brews. Cheers.
Welcome back, everybody.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers at home, right in the middle of the Ravens-Bills game. Ooh.
Liquid Paradise IPA from ZD's favorite fucking line.
My goodness.
The Voodoo Ranger.
So the last one we had was more of hazy, right? This has got like...
It's a West Coasty with citrus, though.
Yeah.
It does not just depend on the hop alone. This is a 7.8, by the way. So always Fort Collins, New Belgium, technically, is the brewery. We always need to shout that, too. Can is cool. Ranger dude hanging out on a floaty. Check us out, Instagram. It'll be up. So 2 for 2 so far. I was expecting more. I guess by the body, I should have expected more of a West Coast.
Yeah. As soon as you poured it, because you poured yours first, I was like, oh, way more West Coast than we're dealing with than what we had two weeks ago, having more of that hazy.
Yeah. Still very good, though. What do you think, Trev?
Yeah, no, it's light in flavor. Like, I don't feel like any of these flavors are overpowering, so it's still an easy drinker for, what'd you say, 7-8?
Yes,
it's a 7-8.
Yeah, it's a little baby one, but it's right there.
A baby one at 7-8.
It's a baby 7-8.
No, I meant the lettering for the ABV. Sometimes you got to chase that shit. Sometimes you got to look around the whole ass can to figure out like what the alcohol content is. Honestly, I've said this on pod several times. I don't necessarily let the alcohol content dictate it. If I'm already too many in, then probably. But if it's my first or second, give me a 9, 10, 11, 12, 17% or whatever.
17%?
They don't go up that high a lot. 15 is normally like the highest barrel aged you're gonna see. Like, and that's
pass.
It's a lot. It is.
I'll rather drink a fucking A wine at 15%.
We've had some 13%ers on here that you have liked, sir. So
not 15%ers. Add that 2 extra percent, and you're talking.
Makes trouble. A lot of difference. That's at the top. That makes a lot of difference.
That's probably so thick. 15%.
It is. Sure. It's like when it's coming out, dude. Yeah, there's bits in it.
well. You know what? There's bits of football going on.
There's a whole lot of football going on, and Charlie is real upset by week 1. So let's dive into it, Zach.
We will. So we got some interesting games this week.
We had some really good games.
Jets,
man.
Pittsburgh ended up. If you would have asked me at the beginning of the week what game we'd be talking about,
66 total points scored, bro. We wouldn't have called that on that game.
Well, I wouldn't even have said this was going to be an interesting game.
Sure.
Aaron throws for 4 tutties. 22 for 30, 244, 4 tutties, 0 picks. He got sacked 4 times. What the couple clips that I caught as Red Zone was flopping as we were eating lunch in Minden.
I was watching it on Red Zone too.
Actually, Overland and Minden, fucking smashing lunch today. But we'll pass that up. But he seemed to be picking himself up off the ground a lot. Just from the things I saw, he did get 4 tutties, but he seemed to take a lot of hits. 4 sacks, man. You can't be letting Aaron get hit that much.
No. It's good that he didn't break today, but he's gonna feel it tomorrow. He's not a young buck, dude.
41.
Yeah.
DK had a pretty sweet catch in that game.
Who?
Metcalf?
DK. You remember him?
Remember him? No?
Never heard of him.
Dude, Jets impressed me, though.
Agreed.
Fields looked much better than he
16
has.
for 22.
And a bunch of runs.
From the
12
highlights.
for 48. Brees went for $107. That's what they need,
right?
Brees has to go for 100.
And him and Garrett Wilson linked up. They've been if that gets going, there's potential.
Well, and you know what? That's going to be Aaron Glenn's game plan.
Too, yeah,
that's going to be the game plan. But Fields, watching it on the Red
7
Zone,
receptions.
But the plays that I saw,
he
was making good throws, impressive throws that I wasn't sure he had.
I think 2 tuds. Did he have 2 tuds?
1 tud, but
1 tud.
So
on the ground though too.
He had 2 on the ground.
He was running well, but that's
not Fields. Wilson, but
Wilson had 1.
Well, he can't. Yeah, technically, he wouldn't.
So Garrett, but look at this. Garrett was 7 for 95. Your next biggest contributor was 2 for 38, 2 for 31, 1 for 20, 2 for 18, 2 for 16.
I mean, so when the number one's working.
But that's what they need. That's how they're going to win games. The Jets are going to be in games and win games by running the football and him having numbers like this where he doesn't have to drop back and throw it. He threw it 22 times. You don't want him up in the 30, 35s, 38, 40 range.
Yeah, I love the game plan, and it was executed pretty well.
Yeah,
the defense. If the defense just shut, it was 1 drive.
Yeah,
it was 31-32. Right. They had the ability to win that game.
Yeah, with strength of Pittsburgh being the defense is what we thought, and they're the ones that disappointed.
But from both of them, Jets defense and Pittsburgh defense.
No, 66 total points is it was the only one under 40. It was actually the over/under was 38.5 on this one. It's the only game under 40. And how every now and again Vegas whiffs, and this is a hard whiff. 20 points
nobody
above.
Saw. Yeah, but nobody
saw that. No, yeah, I might have taken the over, but not thinking it was going to go at 66.
It is telling that Pittsburgh. Jalen had 11 carries. Kenneth Gainwell had 7. Caleb only had 1. Aaron had 1. So not a lot of runs in that offense. You only had 18 handoffs, 19 handoffs. I would expect the Steelers team to be running it more.
30, 40 times. But if Aaron was lighting it up, bro.
22 for 30.
Let it rip, dude. That's a 4-time MVP, bro.
Lean into it when it's working.
Yeah, no, if he wasn't hot, then Arthur Smith would have absolutely reverted back to a 2-down or a 2-back set kind of thing and, started handing it off. But
and good on him for keeping Aaron passing and the play calling there too, because
but that O-line got to keep him upright though. 4 sacks is a lot.
Well, and that's not every other hit too. I should have pulled.
That's your QB pressures versus knockdowns and all. Yeah,
how many times is he actually getting picked up off the fucking ground?
Sure,
dude, that does not feel good. Next interesting game we had circled: Tampa Bay 23 over Atlanta.
Oh, goodness, because the end of that game was electric, dude. Michael Penix goes down and has an insane rushing touchdown where he stretches the ball out on 4th down to just barely get the touchdown to put him in front. Then
Baker to keep the knees up.
And then And then Baker comes down following drive and leads a touchdown drive. Yeah, and Buka looked
Good.
Magnifico.
Two touchdowns on the day.
No,
Did you start him, Trev?
I did not.
I was lower.
I wanted to
him.
see what it looked like first, and now I'm like, ooh.
But his Bakes numbers,
it might not matter. Hopefully,
he had the good end of the game, but he was only 17 for 32.
He started off very light. Yeah,
dude, that's not
barely
good.
over 50%.
Yeah.
No,
you got to be in the 60s. You
right.
Can't
So what you
first game,
well, exactly. And what you take away from that is you built a good connection with Mbuka. You obviously still have Mike Evans, and that's Baker. He is a short-term memory quarterback, in the sense of he is a gunslinger. He will go out there and he doesn't care if he just misses last 10 throws. He's going to make the 11th. That's how he thinks.
He was their leading rusher with 39 yards.
Okay, see, now that is a stat.
That's a problem.
That is a way bigger problem.
Bucky was 14 for 37.
So close, but even still.
Rashad White was only 2 for 14.
Yeah, where's that run game?
So, I don't know. You were just
especially when... Okay, it was close most of the game, and if Baker's not lighting up, that's exactly when you go to the run game, right?
Yeah, because it would have only been at half. It was 10-10 at half.
Right? Yeah, no,
so it wasn't like you were blown out.
No, it was a one possession game. They were trading scores back and forth. Nobody led it by 2 possessions at any point. So
Penix 27-42,
good performance,
298, almost throws for 3 bills.
I don't like non-adapting play calling though. Like, it defeats the purpose for me in the sense of, like, you're seeing where you should probably put more emphasis and you're just not. Like,
well, the run game for neither team worked.
I think that could be just part of week 1.
Sure.
Sure.
Your run game wasn't very good for these guys either. Azier was 10 for 24 and Bijan was 12 for 24. So
Vita Vea was having himself a day though.
Both teams really didn't have a good run game.
Right, because Bijan's touchdown was on a catch.
He was 6 for 100 with a catch.
That's where he did it. That's where he did his damage.
Pitts was 7 for 59 and Drake was 8 for 55. So your three guys are catching balls.
At least a good. That's a solid performance out of all three.
But for the yards that you had throwing the football, that team's got to run the ball a little bit more. I mean, you lost to a Baker team that didn't have any yards. Like, that's what you guys have.
It is weird that you held them to 51%. They had a total of 100 yards on the ground between the quarterback and 2 of their starting halfbacks, and you still don't get it done.
Yeah.
That is weird. But that's football, man. Stats can be super misleading sometimes. I mean, well, you ended up pulling it out. It's funny, though, because your time of possession and the amount of plays you ran and all that stuff in that game, as we'll obviously get to fandoms, but the numbers should have led you to beat us by a lot more. Now, granted, a blocked field goal and a missed field goal, that's 6 points you left off the board right there.
Are we getting to it or are we
getting to it? No, we got more for
I'm
games.
teasing hard. I know. Keep going.
We got some more games. Next game, I think it's going to be super interesting to see where the rest of this goes. Packers 27, Lions 13, and the Lions 13 was not a good looking 13. Time.
No, they was 6. It was 27-6 with all intensive purposes.
This is what the worry was going in. That's how bad this offense. What was going to happen to this offense losing Ben Johnson? It looked not good today. It looked like they thought Jamar Gibbs was Marshall Faulk. I don't know, man. It did not look good. Amaron, he didn't get a target early on, which I think we'll get to in the next game with the Eagles and Cowboys. If you aren't targeting your one, then you throw him a wide receiver screen. You do something. You don't have
him
to
involved.
You don't necessarily have to look for him on every passing play, but you should be calling that number at some point in time. If you don't have, if AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown don't have very many targets, and then going into the second quarter towards halftime, you should be calling a play just to get those guys hands on a ball. Any of those top receivers, hands on the ball, just get them a little warmed up. Hey, we're thinking about you. We're thinking about you, And we're going to talk in the next game.
That's good play calling. That makes me think of the Jaguars game when they did the end around to Brian Thomas because they weren't able to throw him too many balls. I mean, getting your playmakers involved.
Get them with the ball.
Yeah, give them
You don't
the ball.
have to necessarily be like, okay, I'm going to call this play, and I need to make sure I throw it to AJ or whoever your number one. But you need to call plays for that person. You don't have to look for him on every play, but as an offensive coordinator, as a play caller, you should be interacting your best offensive player in the game before halftime.
I mean, sometimes the defenses will scheme up against it. A.J. Brown did face a lot of double coverage, I think, in that game.
Which makes sense. No, once again, though, if you have good scheme, though, you find a way.
But, man, the Packers, they look dominant compared to the Lions guys.
It's
without a shadow of a doubt.
I know those coordinators are huge losses. I think they're very...
I'm sorry.
I thought it was just more comparable to Philly. Like, when they lost both their coordinators, even though they won, it was ugly. We could tell it wasn't the same, but they still won those games. And I just thought Detroit had that same kind of physical talent and I think Campbell's a better coach than Sirianni, so I expected more.
But he's not a play caller. I think is like when you're not a good play caller or the first time play calling, man, you can not scheme stuff up right. Play calling is a huge thing, especially offensive play calling. Defensive play calling, your players just have to believe in what you're doing. You have to be schemed. You have to have good schemes, but you just have to have players that believe in what you're doing. Offense, you got to you have to put shit together. You have to go 1, 2, and even if it doesn't work, you're still doing this for a reason because in the third quarter you're going to hit them with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a worry. It was a worry going in. The Lions get another tough game next week, I think.
Well, they have a first place schedule, so yeah, they're going to be playing some toughies.
And they looked bad, like all around bad.
Yeah, no, agreed. It's a tough week 1, man. You're thankful. You're thankful that the NFL is by win-loss, and that's it. In the sense of there's a lot of football left to be played. You can still course correct big time.
Micah Parsons played. He got a sack.
When he was in, he looked like he was Micah Parsons.
And that's impressive after missing a lot of the training camp and stuff in the preseason because of his back.
So listen to these numbers. Talking about numbers. Jared Goff, 31 for 39, right? So you're like, okay.
Not a bad
225 yards. He was only averaging 6 yards of completion. Wow. That's rough, man. And then you couldn't run.
You can dunk it.
You couldn't run the ball. You had David Montgomery had 11 for 25, and Jamar was only 9 for 19. So you couldn't run the ball, and then you're down the whole game.
That's impressive again by Green Bay because their run defense wasn't great last year.
Dude, that linebacker they got from Texas A&M last year, he's a stud.
Yeah,
Edgerrin Cooper. He played really well last year. He's got the middle of that defense. But even Jordan Love only was 16 for 22 for $188. He just had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, sure.
Just
scored.
Jacob goes 19 for 66, and a lot of that was at the last drive where they were just giving it to him and letting Josh Jacob just kind of
grind him down.
Yep. Yeah. So, and then Green Bay's receivers: Dubs 2 for 68, 3 for Jaden Reed, 2 for Wicks, 2 for Kraft, 2 for Golden, 1 for this guy, 1 for this guy, 1 for this guy. Dude, they got 16 different receptions are on like 8 different dudes. Like it's a long list. It's not, you get 4 or 5 guys. So I don't know. I think the Packers I think the Packers will be hot, man. They stay healthy. That team has a chance to be really good.
Be a Super Bowl contender.
Last game of the week that we marked for interesting, Eagles versus Cowboys. I was really, and we talked off pod while we were watching the game, impressed with Dak. I thought that was, he stayed in the pocket, hit guys on all the different routes. They look like such a different team when he is there. He makes them
a contender.
Contender. He does.
That offense clicks.
You give him
the
a
run game was
owner.
better. The offensive line was a little bit better. And then, of course, the receiving was much better.
Until the end.
I mean, outside of those CD ain't going to do that again, but those 3 drops cost them the game. Otherwise, they would have won that game.
The one where he hits him on the 3rd and 10 for like 25 yards right in the breadbasket. The dive one.
It was longer than that, dude. That fucker was like a 35-yard.
Yeah. You can't do that. But it's. I thought it was a more impressive game for the Cowboys offensively and defensively than it was for the Eagles, honestly. Eagles got the win, but they didn't really impress me at all.
Defense was a little kind of down a little bit. Their number 2 corner got picked on all night.
Adoree Jackson was fucking.
Well, and when they replaced him,
whoever was in that spot got picked on. Penalties. You had Quignon with them. Couple. Holding penalties. You had Nolan Smith has a big tackle and then does
Dude,
a
he had a
taunting,
couple of boo-boo. I don't even think that was a bad call, by the way.
Because I don't know. It looked like I don't know if he was talking to the guy. He made the tackle.
I think he was just flexing. He just made a fucking great play.
But if you're the ref and you're right there and you threw the flag, maybe he heard something.
But I don't know. Even still, what could he have said that was so bad right there? Like that to me is a weak fucking call.
They're just trying to. They don't want the taunting.
And I mean, Hurts' numbers not impressive, but very efficient. He controlled that game.
It seemed like yes, he had control of the game. I thought talking about offensive play calling. I thought their offensive play calling was shit too. I did. I thought the Eagles looked I don't know. Maybe it's because they would have a holding penalty. They'd have a false start.
Got some work to do.
The offensive play calling for the Eagles did not look very good either. I thought it was mundane.
Mundane.
It looked like you tried to rock the Saquon too much. Like you were throwing it to him out of the flat. You were handing it to. It just seemed like you weren't trying to get everybody else really involved. It seemed like the play calling was very mundane with them.
That was the last game.
Yeah, I mean, also, congratulations to the Chargers beating up on the Chiefs. Yep. I don't think we're going to do a deep dive, but Herbert looked good. And, we always like it when the Chiefs lose. This is definitely an anti-Chiefs table.
This could be when Worthy got hurt. Patrick looked good again. Brown had a if Rice is gone for six games.
Oh, if Hollywood steps up, dude, he had 10 for 99.
But there's a couple boo-boos that he had too where you're just like, that's a Hollywood Brown move right there.
Oh, sure. Which is the reason why he didn't get signed back again in Baltimore.
But it's just like, if you could get something, because Kelsey is not Kelsey.
He had a tud. He had a nice tud.
And he gets open. He's going to do those kind of things, but he's not getting you.
It's not 8, 9, 10 catches a game is what you're saying. He's going to get 4.
You got to find those other 8, 9, 10 receptions somewhere.
That's true.
Now.
It's true.
And
it's hard to find.
And it's hard to find for them right now.
Well,
Chargers on the flip side, though, that defense was good.
The defense looked good. Keenan Allen. Look, dude, your guy. Stone hands.
Hey, man. I had a couple of tuds that made a difference.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If he can turn the corner, man, that offense changes completely with that passing game.
Lad McConkey and Keenan Allen, if all three of them play up with Herbert dishing the rock.
I want to see that offense.
And my boy, shout out Will Disley. I can still call him my boy because he's also a Husky. So,
You can call him your boy. That's all good.
I got love for Will Disley.
He's played very well for them. He had a good year last year.
He's a good blocker, good catcher.
If Quentin Johnston. If Quentin Johnson comes around, that offense will be something because he gives them the bigger receiver.
Yeah. Just a big target in the end zone.
Oh, he's huge.
He's a big guy.
For a receiver, he's like 6'3", 210. He's a big dude.
It's like him and Keenan Allen are right on the same size. That gives him two bigs. And I think
Keenan's lost a little in size-wise. He's still tall, but obviously he's a little older, so he's not as thick as he once was. But that's probably good for his age.
Reliable.
Oh yeah, great hands that game.
How many
spatial awareness. His health is always. He's a great route runner. I think a lot of people forget about.
But that's why him and Justin works well. That's why why Baker and Mike work so well.
Well, because of those, Mike makes anybody work
because of their spatial awareness as a receiver, and then
they know where to be.
Your understanding of what they know too,
to
where you're on that same weird wavelength.
And if you can bring your second round pick receiver along, I mean, gosh, this offense could be exciting.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking forward to it.
I changed my stuff.
What'd you do?
In our stuff because you weren't here. I put the Raiders at the 7th seed.
Oh, you did.
And then you put.
I changed it too. Yeah, I was like, fuck the Rams.
All right, so let's go into. We're gonna get into fandom, which will cover our games.
All right, let's do our quarterbacks rule.
Oh, that's right. Before we do week 2, we have a whole new segment. Man.
So we've been talking about this. So we talk about how much quarterbacks are so important, right?
Right.
So we wanted to. They are. It's the most important position in any sport.
All American sports. Yeah.
Any sport.
Ever.
That's why quarterbacks rule the world. So we went with our rankings, and what we're going to do, this is going to make us update rankings. Like D Jones is going to have to figure out where we have him.
Move up the block. He just whacked the fucking Miami Dolphins with 3 tugs.
It's going to
275 yards.
It's going to make this really interesting to see how we pick these. But week 1, right now we're up to the last 2 games, and we've only lost 3 games. So 3 games we lost. Which it would have been one of the games I would have not maybe picked because I'm down on the Dolphins. But as we have it, all three of us have Tua Tagovailoa
over Daniel Jones going into week one,
than
absolutely.
Daniel Jones. So we had to pick the Dolphins.
He's more proven at this point, even with his history.
Got smashed, boys.
Smoked. They looked terrible. And Tua was the reason.
He
one
had
of the
2
reasons.
picks.
Yeah, and a fumble.
Did he have a fumble?
Yeah, he had 3 total turnovers, dude. He looked like dog shit. And Mike McDaniel, Mr. been on the hot seat. If there is not a stove under his ass, I don't know what you're doing in Miami.
He's got to be in our top 5
Do you think
coaches on the hot seat.
He's the number 1 right now.
Yeah, I think in-season firing is on the table.
After that performance and the way last year went, there's no faith. My faith as a Miami fan has been repealed. It's the same team that you had last year.
You're not tough?
No, they literally said that. I think it was.
You're a push around.
Yeah, I think it was the Packers.
That's why you don't win against the. That's why you don't win against the Bills. You have the physical defense, and Josh Allen's running up your. You know what? All the time, dude. You're not going to beat the tough teams. You don't beat Steelers. You don't beat Ravens. You're not physical.
They don't play
team.
cold weather.
They'll be lucky if they beat the Jets and the who's the other team in the East?
The Patriots.
Patriots.
God, I'm slow. Other game we lost, obviously, Chiefs versus Chargers.
Well, yeah, Mahomes is.
I would have picked
right now number 1.
We would all. Would you have picked the Chargers over the Chiefs in that game?
In the game?
Probably win-loss. No, we're not talking spread.
No, right.
Yeah.
No.
That's on the line.
No, because you can't see the Xavier Worthy injury happening 3 plays in. You think he's going to be a big part of the offense.
And you don't see Quentin actually catching the football.
But Jim Harbaugh hasn't lost opening games, and
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. So good.
I know. You just think that Andy Reid and the defending champs who went 15-2.
Andy Reid also doesn't lose opening. Well, he actually has.
I think that you. Yes, I still would have leaned. It's a toss-up. I would have leaned towards the Chiefs,
right? Regardless,
I would.
Next game that we lost at picking Lions versus Packers.
Well, yeah,
right now. But this is another one of those games where so far down the season, do we move Jordan Love up above Jared Goff when they have their next matchup?
We'll see what happens over these next couple weeks.
Yeah, because that matters. Because even though the Packers won, it wasn't like on his arm. So
it was a team. It was a team effort.
2 touchdowns. I know it's only 188 yards, but 2 touchdowns. Efficiency matters at the quarterback position. You play the way you have to during the game,
and
right?
Exactly. Like we were talking before with Hurts,
and you keep the playing call going. You keep more plays.
Manages the game, and they won the game.
So, no, and they have that Micah Parsons trade could be in spades.
I picked him to win
He did.
I picked him to win Defensive Player of the Year.
He said 20 sacks. He said, so he's 1 in? He's got 1?
I don't know.
I said 18 to 20. I think he's going to have a huge...
No, you said 20.
Gary
just edited it this morning.
Was it 20? I thought I said 18 to 20.
That's high.
Gary had a good game. Luke Van Ness had a good game.
That's defense, what you're going to do now. Invested. Rashawn Gary, they've invested into that defense. You're giving
Gary and Luke Van Ness.
It makes them grow even quicker because their matchups should be better because of Micah Parsons, man. Everything that he brings to that defense, all that attention that he demands.
Dude, you know what I'm tired of hearing too?
You tell me.
These guys, they made a good trade because Michael's not good against the run. You run the ball at him and, he's, dude, don't ever fucking tell me that. Yeah, you don't stifle him by running against the run. Dude, he's at 12 sacks 4 years in a row. The only other person to do that's Reggie White. Can we get that through your people's heads? 12 sacks a year. Dude, there are times when you don't have a player on a... Dude, the Falcons probably haven't had a double-digit sacker
they haven't.
in who knows how long.
13 since 2013.
Was that Abraham? Jonathan Abraham?
It was Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley, okay.
Vic Beasley in 2013. And I only remember that sack because literally I was driving home listening to that like a couple days ago and it stuck with me.
But so you cannot tell me that
12 years.
You can run the ball at him, you stifle him. Dude,
maybe one play.
Here and there.
Sure. No, Micah Parsons is without a doubt a top 3 NFL defender right now. You can put Myles Garrett in there. There's a couple other guys that are negotiable for that spot.
Top 5 is probably safer.
Easy
because you'll have your leans on the 3.
Let's hold off on saying the 3, Charlie. But we'll go 5.
Myles Garrett had quite a day,
right? And he does.
Back-to-back
you don't put Myles Garrett in 1 or 2.
No, he's definitely.
He's definitely 1.
He's top 3 easily.
non-committal motherfuckers. I also kind of appreciate that because you want to make sure you also. Well, no, but see,
my boys, because I don't want to put my boy out of it. So
he only played one team. I mean,
no, but the idea is that I'm not basing these rankings off of this season. Myles Garrett is one of the most proven defensive players we have in the league.
You put him up there, but we got to see
my guy.
Don't look at Daddy when you're fucking asking for permission.
Get the fuck out of here! All right, Jerry, get out of here.
My guy is one of the best. My guy's one of the best run defenders on the DN. So his numbers are top 2 in run defending. Actually,
I don't shit on Matt Crosby.
No, I know. I'm just saying
he's top 5 to me. He's not in the top 3.
I know.
Okay,
that's fine.
Didn't the defensive back win the defensive player of the year last year?
Surtain.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just put a lot more.
Everybody does.
So last 2 games on our quarterbacks rule the world. Ravens versus Bills. So this is another rule that we have on the pod. So me and Trev have JA at 2. Charlie has JA at 3. So by proxy,
right,
we go there. Yep. And then Vikings Bears. We had to put Bears because we don't know what JJ McCarthy is.
Oh yeah,
you have to go Bears on that one.
And I mean, Caleb, if he gets rid of the ball quicker, he could be elite.
Drake looked okay against the Raiders too. If Drake starts having an okay year with the way that Jaden played last year, and I think he had a good game today, and with the way Bo's playing and the way with Michael looked today, you are now starting to look like the 5th best quarterback of that draft class when you were taken number 1 overall. I know it's early in the league. It's early in the year to say that.
Right, especially because he hasn't had the one game
right,
yet.
But the way Drake looked today, the way Michael looked today, you see those guys' growth is like already becoming. Like those 2 dudes have already stepped up and already starting to take that next step.
You had Eberflus as your head coach last year. So, I mean, really, this is the investment. Yep. Yeah, this is the investment. We all know that. Caleb Williams has an insanely good arm. He's crazy athletic when he needs to be. He can... Oh, you want to talk about a guy that big should be able to be tackled a lot easier than he is. His elusiveness for as big as he is impressive.
Correct.
Like, I think it's way too early to judge this class overall. I get the statement to
bottoms
your
up.
point.
Bottoms up.
Like, but
yeah, it should. No, I'm just saying.
I do think it's a very close race. I do think that Bo Nix has actually.
He's been exactly what I thought he's going to do.
Right, but he's winning games, dude.
But that's what he's going to do.
He's winning games.
But he's also in a great spot like Purdy is with Shanahan. You have
1,000,000%. Oh yeah, and Sean Payton. I was just having this conversation with my pops earlier today as we were watching highlights from the Broncos game, and he's like, "Man, I didn't think that Bo Nix was going to do anything." And I was like, "Well, he's seasoned. You know, he had a lot of college play,
60
great
starts, right?
And
I think so.
And does nothing but play football for a guy who knows how to coach football. I was like, Sean Payton,
isn't he a coach's son too?
Yes.
Yeah. No. So I mean, it was an easy connection and it sucks.
It does because it does because I'm in this. For me, it's even crazier, right? Because I love doing the draft stuff. I love watching these quarterbacks play. I get like so invested, and then they play in my fucking division. Like I love Justin Herbert. I love Bo Nix. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think what Patrick Mahomes does is amazing.
How could you not? Like you're a fan of football. He's an amazing football player. So
now I have these 3 dudes in my
along with
division.
Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh,
and Sean Payton.
Yeah,
3 great coaches. Yeah. 3 of the greatest coaches to do it. Sean Payton, I think, if he can get another one and have 2. You can now start.
If he gets one with this Denver team,
you could start putting Sean Payton up in the
upper
top
echelon for sure.
I don't want to say more than 5, maybe top 5 coaches.
No, there's still too many that are going to be above that when you really break it down.
Well, I think Andy Reid gets another one. He's pushing the greatest coach of all time in Bill Belichick.
Okay, so there's 1, 2 right there, right? So
then you got Bill Walsh has got to be up there.
Oh, he might be. Yeah, he might be 2, and Andy Reid might be 3. But either way, that's 3 right there.
You know.
Then you have an undefeated guy in fucking Shula. He had 2 as well overall. Then you had Landry, who had 3 or 4 with the Cowboys. Like you gotta. You
had the Steelers coaches. It's hard.
I will
because
say,
we are seeing the Sean McVays. The Kevin O'Connell.
He's got one.
But who are young, and look how young these guys are. They're in their fucking 30s,
they could coach
40s.
for another 30 more years if they really felt like it.
And what we're seeing, what they do with what Kevin O'Connell does with J.J. McCarthy is going to stamp. Yes,
agreed.
is going to stamp his legacy.
I was worried it's a Halloween pack and Jason's on the
Oogie
can.
boogie.
Yeah, I was worried it was going to be a fucking pumpkin cider. And
No, we do have a pumpkin one.
there is a pumpkin one.
So we have 4.
Coming up.
Pumpkin one, and we have a pumpkin one and a
red.
So we have a pumpkin one and a sinful.
For a blood orange, it is very red.
Yeah, this is super red.
Well, we had the berry one.
Like a cherry.
We had the berry one last week, Timon. It was different.
What kind of berry?
My God. I forgot to tell you guys this. We had the cider. We had the cider at the one bar we went to. Fucking fabulous. It wasn't. Oh no, it was a seltzer. It wasn't very bubbly up front. It had this really cool mouthfeel, and it was off a tap. But it's only sold in California. It's not at. We Googled.
Do you remember what the name?
Yeah, Angelique took a picture of it.
Nice.
It's like Dark Wolf or whatever, dude. It was a boysenberry, dude. It was fucking fabulous.
Sounds fabulous.
But we gotta find it. We gotta find it. All right, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Look at this. This is interesting.
Red is red.
Yeah, I don't understand this color.
You smell it? It smells nice. I like that.
I don't think I'm gonna like any of the.
You don't like it's not like.
It's not a cider to me at all. That does not. I don't taste apples. It's weird. It's not undrinkable. Flavor profile's fine. It also tastes more orange than it does red, but it looks red. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
It looks red.
Tastes orange. Looks red.
And I don't like the body. I want more snap for my ciders. I will drink the other two. Yeah, because the flavor's not bad.
Yeah, it's good flavor, and it's surprising that it's an Angry Orchard and it doesn't have that.
I don't like the finish. I don't like the non-snap. It tastes like a boring juice at the end of it.
A boring juice.
5%. Angry Orchard is out of. We don't have to cover this every week, but
I don't know. I kind of like it.
And you're allowed to, brother. I'm not saying.
I like it more than the berry one for sure.
Okay. I don't know. I don't want to give recency bias. But it's a weird color for blood orange. That I will say. I do. When I burp, I'm tasting blood orange. It's not that the flavor's there, but I don't get any apples.
No, I don't get any apples.
It's supposed to be a cider,
like tart to it.
Do you think so?
I mean, it almost gives me like a candy kind of tart taste.
Okay.
I like it better than the berry one. The berry one seemed a little thick for me. I like it better than the berry one.
I don't know. It's different. It is definitely different for a cider.
We have sinful cinnamon, and we do have a pumpkin one. It was a 4-pack. It was called the Halloween pack, and I was like, "Oh, this is
cinnamon."
Cool. Sinful cinnamon, yeah.
A cinnamon cider? Well, that makes sense. Apple cider.
Apple cider.
Cinnamon. Apple cinnamon.
I want to try that.
Yeah.
Do we want that one or the pumpkin one next?
I vote against pumpkin. I'm going to drink it. We'll do pumpkin last.
Okay.
It'll be closer towards Halloween as well.
Yeah, we'll make it a Halloween.
Because I will start polling, winter beers. Yeah, themes. Yeah, I almost pulled one. I almost pulled a Feist beer on.
We got a lot in the fridge.
A lot of dark beers.
We cultivated a lot.
Hey.
I forgot how many stouts I bought. And then I bought a brown ale. It was too funny. Trev and I be fucking on the same wavelength, bro. He's like, check it out. I got an English style brown. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's exactly what I bought yesterday.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, I know, because
those beers.
Exactly. And you don't find them often. You really, really don't. So to have him show up with a special release was just
I'll have to grab that.
Too good. Yeah, excellent Instagram, baby.
That Coronado Blonde. I'll have to.
The Salty Crew. There's only 2 in there.
I'll have to bring another one.
Well, yeah, if we're gonna try them on pod, then
dude, it's good.
Was it a boat beer? Did it make you feel like you're on a boat, motherfucker?
Dude, it's an all-day drinker, dude.
Motherfucker,
it's an all-day drinker.
I got my flip flops.
So for next week's games, our highlights. Thursday night starts off with a heater. Commanders, Packers.
It's one of the best games one of the best matchups of the week.
Commanders
for sure.
at Packers. So we get to see Jaden.
Hey now,
Jaden Daniels get to see what that whole everything looks like there in Washington. You had the offensive line. You got Tunsil. McLaurin's still coming up. The running back room's a little weird, I thought. I didn't like the Brian. I didn't love the Brian Robinson.
Well, their rookie went off today.
No,
who was a rookie?
He has like a hyphen name.
Yeah, it's Ja'Cory.
Is it the guy that?
Moffitt
Is it the guy that?
Moffitt's his last. His
it's
last
the guy that
name.
Aaron dropped.
Yeah, exactly. Ja'Cory.
You shouldn't have dropped him, Aaron.
The guy
Somebody's
dropped him.
picking him up before you do. Might be me. We'll see.
I'll try it in the morning. Thanks for reminding me.
Dude. God, I don't want to talk fantasy either. It was a bad week for Roscoe, y'all.
Well, we're talking to next.
We're talking.
We got the fantasy tingles coming.
Dude, I love fantasy, and I just made some bad moves, and the guys that I thought were going to go off did.
Ja'Cory Koreski-Moretz.
That's it.
10 for 82 for a tutty.
Yeah.
I mean, with him and Eckler, that still looks like a great backfield. Man, that's going to be... This is a game where Jordan Love, I think, has to take another step forward. Like, he managed and did what he needed to do this week 1. I think week 2, he's going to have to be a reason they're going to win that game.
But I think also, that's why I'm going to sit on this hill and die on this hill. They should have fucking signed somebody in the offseason, a veteran receiver. They have a bunch of twos. And Watson,
young receivers.
Watson can be a 1, but he's kind of hurt all the time.
No,
they don't have a guy
leadership.
that can just
reliable guy.
They don't have a Jackson Smith and the Jigba where Donald looks like he's already going to him a bunch. They don't have what maybe Pearsall's going to be. They don't have a Brock Bowers. They don't have a dude that you can just go to.
By the way?
I don't know. I did see him running on the sideline, but he did have a great game.
Did he come back in after being hurt or no?
Okay. Yeah, he was. It looked like an ankle. I missed it. But Meyer had a good game, like I was telling you.
No, it was funny when I saw all the tight end catches. I was just like, "This is Zach right here for sure."
Calling plays, brother.
No, it was funny. I saw it. Myers had a good game.
Yeah, Mayer.
No, Jacoby Myers.
Oh, Myers.
Jacoby Myers had himself.
He's
good game.
We should sign him.
Revenge
I don't know why we're not.
I think that's exactly what he's trying to say to y'all. Like,
well, I would have done it, Charlie, if I was the GM, but I don't get to be. Or they haven't signed me up.
Honestly, the Raiders would have been better off. If you look at the last 7 Zach drafts and the contracts you would have signed, you would have had a better team overall.
But I think Commanders-Packers is such like a Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love game. Like, we get 2 up-and-coming quarterbacks. Hopefully, we get to see, because we also get to see Cliff Kingsbury.
Our quarterbacks rule the world. That's got to be
Jaden. Yeah. We have to pick Jaden.
So here's how we're going to do this. Since we're not going to pick them until after the week, what we'll do is we'll write them down. We'll take a screenshot. We'll post them on X and Instagram, okay? That's how we'll get it out to the people. We'll make sure that you guys can see it, because I think that it's important to track this narrative if we're going to have a whole segment.
And we'll end up next week we'll open up with our quarterbacks rule the world segment that we went blah, 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 and at least 3 right now, maybe 4, maybe 5, depending on how the next game goes. It's more wins than losses.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt already.
And then
we're well over 500 through week 1.
As we start going through the week, we can also start pairing it up to spreads. This week, not a lot of spreads were covered anyways.
Yeah.
But it's just seeing how these teams start get acclimated.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Chuck would have won your money.
You're the only one,
Chuck would have won your money. That's all right.
Well,
everything else sucked. You
agreed on some suck ass ones.
You're right. I didn't refute the ones that went wrong.
Next game highlight for the week.
That's called accountability, audience. Okay, when you're wrong, it's okay. Sometimes you make a hat bet, and sometimes you get fucking beat on the last drive of the goddamn game.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. It already happened. But
next game we're going to spotlight Eagles versus Chiefs. Super Bowl matchup.
That's a big deal.
I think it's going to be interesting because the Eagles. I'm really interested to see what the Eagles look like again next week. I didn't think they looked very good. I thought the play calling, like I said, looked mundane. It's also, let's see how beat up the Chiefs are. How is Worthy done for a little bit with that dislocated shoulder? Yep. What are you going to do? So this is another good game for both. Dude, the Chiefs could start out 0-2.
Yeah.
They could both be 1-1.
I don't know. I still kind of like the Chiefs better than the Eagles.
Well, in the game we're taking the Chiefs quarterback
that we watched
in our quarterback thing.
Patrick
Mahomes always going to get picked.
He's going to win.
Yes, I don't even know what he could do this season for me to take him down, even maybe down to 2 or 3. But like outside of that,
Lamar or Josh would have to go win it.
That's what I'm saying.
But it would have to be next. If I guarantee, here it is.
Here it is.
If the Bills win the Super Bowl, I will put Josh Allen as the number 1 quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But I'm saying even in season, okay,
we're gonna move him around in season.
Well, right, because if Allen starts out 7-0 and Mahomes starts out 0-7, which right now is theoretically possible.
Correct.
Well, even then, I mean, we can't put the record all on the quarterback. We gotta.
But if you had if you had Lamar and or Josh on a better team, playing a shitty Chiefs team at that point. Is Patrick down to 2 or 3 in the season, or is Patrick always at 1?
I just look at...
It's worth the debate.
I just look at last year. All of us have Joe Burrow in our top 4. Look at the Bengals. What were they? Nothing. They were a bad team.
But that's going to be the one team that goes against what we're trying to figure out in this quarterback thing.
Saying that, Patrick Mahomes can play and be everything he can be, but they can still lose.
20-10 right now.
He had a good game Friday night.
That's what happened, against the Chargers.
Baltimore has 20-10.
Ooh.
Bills over the Ravens.
No, Ravens over Bills.
Ravens over Bills right now.
Ravens taking it to him.
Okay.
Ravens, you got Derrick Henry's got a tutty on the ground. He's already got 9 for $123.
Oh,
dude,
man.
He's the only thing that's going to win. And Allen's got to throw to come back. Let's go, dude.
Lamar's got
a good game to watch.
Lamar's got 4 for
we got a little bit more to go, and then we're going to catch the end of that. It's got to be only halftime-ish, right?
Yeah, going into half. You got 31,
beautiful.
You got 31 seconds.
You guys you're more than welcome to chill over here and watch this game with me.
Buffalo's got the ball and they're at the 50 driving. Next interesting game of the week, we have Broncos versus Colts. Because I'm really interested in
see what these Colts are,
man. I am, and you're playing a Bronco team that should have one of the best defenses in the league. Can DJ come out again and have another game where, dude, he hit
super impressive week
all
one.
The receivers, man. Pittman had a good game. You had all the receivers had good, or your big dogs.
Tyler Warren had himself a good game for his rookie debut.
Skill positions on the Colts is nuts, and that's why this makes it even more interesting.
Which is what
this team could be.
That
defense was my only holdup.
New York is where fucking people go to die right now, and seriously, Daniel Jones gets out of there. Looks like a starting caliber quarterback. He was 20. Hey, you know what? Today, that's Jets versus Giants.
Shitty.
Still New York. Sure. And that's true. But Fields had himself a day today, so maybe they're turning a leaf. Aaron Glenn could be changing the culture. But I would say the New York Giants have been consistently, even when they went with Daniel Jones, it was like, oof, right? And then he had that crazy comeback. But outside of that one playoff game, Daniel Jones was oof. At best,
you're not protecting the poor fella.
Oh yeah, even though you did your best. Even Evan Neal was a whiff. Andrew Thomas wasn't in today.
You tried.
You got to try. Yeah, I applaud trying.
You did take first round offensive lineman,
right? Several times. Yeah.
I'm very interested in seeing what this Colts team is. But Broncos got to win today, but it was kind of a sloppy win against the Titans team that I don't expect much from. So it's going to be interesting to see a Broncos week 2 again. Going against a Colts team.
It doesn't taste natural to me, and that's a problem when the ingredients should just be
natural.
Right. Should just be like apples and then some orange juice, right?
Should be.
Look at
I don't know. I like it.
I'm sorry, Angry Orchard. It tastes so manufactured to me. I'm not sorry. That's how I think.
Natural flavors.
It says natural fruit flavors, apple juice concentrate. It looks like the natural is in the ingredients.
Doesn't taste it. Sorry, but okay. Let's be fair, boys. We've had a lot of ciders on this pod. Yeah. Okay, and I would say that the profile on this one doesn't match a lot of other ciders that we've had. Okay,
it's different.
All right. Different. We'll stay with that then, because okay.
Last game of the interesting weeks next week: Bucks versus Texans.
Yes, that's the second Monday nighter.
Texans offense. No, it's the first Monday night.
Oh, because you're the West Coast.
Double it up.
Yeah.
Texans offense is exactly what I was worried. Or not. I don't know if I was worried. What I said it was going to be
could be
not good because your offensive line is not going to be good.
Yep.
You don't have Josh Allen. You don't have Lamar Jackson. You don't have a running quarterback.
Well, it also hurts losing Mixon. Chubb, he wasn't good at the end of last season. I love that man, but it hasn't looked the same since the injuries. So that doesn't help.
Texans start out 0-2. You Bucks 2-0. Bucks look like Charlie has the Bucks going to the Super Bowl, right, Charlie?
No, I have them in the NFC Championship.
Championship game.
Because I have them at the 2 seed. Yeah. We didn't go all the way through. My Super Bowl is a bird game. Eagles. But yeah, I do think that they have the potential to go. They have a potential to make a run.
You gotta look better than you did today. You snuck out a win today.
Emeka Mbuga, if they can get into that, they need more out of that fucking ground game. Bad. You don't have Bucky Irving and Ricky White and didn't do that.
You can't have Bake at fucking 49 yards and have your running backs at
37 and you can't do that. You can't do that. No, I agree.
And the Texans, I didn't look at the stats today because that's not a game we previewed. It was only 14-9 Rams win. I know the Rams got an explosive defense.
Were you able to watch that game? Because I know our focus was on our game.
No, and I didn't even. And I kept going back between the Packers. I was doing other stuff and taking my notes for today.
I didn't even visit it.
I didn't even look at it.
Who won? Was it
Rams won?
Okay. Rams
14-9. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Rams defense is going to stifle a lot of teams.
Dude, that front seven's legit.
But only 14.
Well, Staffs hasn't played a lot, so let's see. I don't know. I got to watch. Bucks have a good defense too, man.
Texans are supposed to have a good defense too.
I think the Texans
and a good coach, good defensive coach.
I think the Texans,
D'Amico Ryans is a hell of a coach.
Texans, I had them finish in second. I don't know. Maybe they should have finished third now with the Colts. I don't know. Maybe the Colts win the division and the Jags.
Hey, week one. It's only week one,
but this is what I was worried about with the Texans.
Yeah,
this is what it's going to look like.
0-1.
They got some work to do on that offensive line still. Oh, you want to talk about that?
Well, that was the last.
Yeah, we're into fandom, so we're gonna bicker. So let's get to Downey because
you want me to finish?
Do you want to bicker? How do you? Yeah, let's end on a positive note. Yeah, because this is gonna get a little dicey. So, I'll go first. We'll go loser first, winners second.
Can I ask questions?
You can ask as much as you want. Yes,
that's good.
You can mediate this if you want.
Chuck, yeah, I would love to, that. Oh, I'll ask you. I like that. Chuck, what'd you think of offensively in general? Just overall general offense.
Sure. Well, I mean, Charbonnet ran better than Kenny Walker.
He did.
We had some good gaps in the first half, and then the running game slowed down in the second half. I think the final drive outside of when Darnold, it was clear fumble. Nick Bosa got pushed back into him.
Let it
rip.
That's kind of a weird fumble. That's such a weird fumble.
Well, it might happen. Yeah. It might happen. And
as you're getting ready to throw it.
That one's not on Sam. Yeah. I'm not putting that on Sam.
I'm just saying in general.
Right.
That's such a weird fumble.
So what I think is hopefully.
Good job, Bosa.
Hopefully, yeah, for sure. Hopefully we go back, but I think he has proven him and JSN are figuring out some good timing. I think that we open up Darnold a little bit more. We were trying to play him really safe because we didn't know, and we were leaning on the run game, and Charbonnet looked great. He did what he could with what he had. For some reason, the holes were way bigger for Sharp than they were for Kenny.
But maybe it was Sharp reading off. Sorry.
He read it great.
It's hard.
He read it
It's hard when you get the TV view. When you get those guys in tape, maybe Sharp's reading in the room better than Kenny's
honestly, I think moving forward, he's going to get more touches based off of that. Now, this is week one, but...
So my initial thought of your game was that you guys did protect Sam a little too much, but you guys did what we've been trying to say for the last, 2 years. Of run the fucking football.
Right.
You guys ran the fucking football. The
commitment was there. No, and overall...
Offensive play calling, as far as the style, too. Just it
under
felt
center,
like it was more Seattle.
Absolutely. Played to Darnold's strength. No, it was a good game. The first and your last drive is what made the difference. You guys, Purdy got it done. There were a couple of penalties that favored both of us, let's be honest. That helped, extend a couple of drives that were scoring drives. All of our scoring drives got extended by penalties, actually, which is a crazy stat. I don't know. I'm sure that's happened before, but there was some laundry that changed some calls. But overall, we're going to have an identity. You're going to lose games.
Very important.
You're going to lose games, okay? You can't break on defense, though, McDonald. That is rough. The fact that we gave that up, a 3-minute fourth quarter lead, is not something should be absolved.
Did you put that on him?
No, hold on. I'm asking the question.
He's allowed to ask questions.
Am I not allowed?
No, you are very allowed.
You're allowed, Trev.
So your question is, do you put that on him?
Yeah, you put that more on McDonald.
Well, that was going to be my second question.
I felt like some of your players were in position.
My second question would have been, what did you think of the call with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left and 4th and 1 inside
kick the field goal?
Kick the field goal.
Take the lead. I'm fine with that. No, with the defense, we had given up fucking 10 points. We given up 10 points. No, yeah. You're up until a couple of penalties. That one fucking long play that they had to get them into field goal range.
Pierce all over the top.
Yeah, that was a great play. And the Tud was a hell of a play by the backup fucking tight end as well.
Third string.
Yes, Reek misplayed the two biggest plays in that last drive. So no, you can't necessarily put that on McDonald.
Yeah.
Like that is the personnel understanding the play and not executing. And I hate to throw you under the bus, brother. It wasn't just those two plays that lost us the game. Don't get me wrong.
No, but he made two really bad plays.
That should have ended up in one swatted and one should have been a pick. And one could, dude, the one with Pierce all up the edge, I thought he had him. I know.
Trev,
at least the ball knocked down.
Trev, question for you. What did you think of your offense?
I thought Brock was trying to do too much. We lost Kittle after the first drive. He went out with a hamstring. Jennings went out later on, so we were
he
really
couldn't even lift his arm.
Limited. But McCaffrey looked great. That injury just seemed to disappear because we ran the offense through him, and then the other players stepped up when they needed to. Purdy made two bad interceptions. Neither one were good throws.
He must have not have seen either of those dudes. Ernest Jones' catch was a really good catch, but he must have not even seen him there.
I thought that with the first interception. The second interception, it was like double coverage. You had to see at least one of those guys.
The second interception was a bad throw.
It was really bad. But, I mean, just to reflect on that, you with those, you got your Kittle going out, you got Jennings going out, you got Moody missing a field goal. You got them blocking a field goal. We're in Seattle, and we still came out with that win. This is what Saleh has brought. That defense has done a 180 from last year. It is so much better. The only touchdown Seattle got was off a fourth down penalty that the rookie Upton gave up because of interference with Cooper. Like, if he doesn't do that, that ball might not even be catchable. Like, you're really not looking good offensively if you're Seattle in that situation. And that just makes me so excited for what this defense can turn into.
Are you worried that this is going to get too Christian McCaffrey heavy?
Yes, but that's if Kittle can't recover from this hamstring. Kittle looked great. If we can get at least him back, I feel differently about the offense. Being limited to just him, Pierce, he had a couple good plays, but we need more from him. It wasn't enough. Jennings, I was a little bit worried because of his hold in that this might happen. So that's not too unexpected for me. Robinson being suspended, Ayuk still being injured. I am very grateful that we play New Orleans next week because my team is not in position to be playing a top schedule, and having the schedule that they do, these are wins that we can still get with what we have. And then once everybody comes back, if we can stay healthy and get healthy, I really still like my team.
Charlie, what do you feel about your game next week? And one thing that you need to kind of impress on, I thought your defense played obviously pretty well going in. Tariq had a couple things we talked about.
Yes.
What's a thing next week you're really looking for offensively and defensively?
Great. Getting Cooper more touches. I think that he wasn't targeted enough. We might have to lean more on Sharp, honestly. The way that he looked and he stood upright, he beat some motherfuckers into the ground. Play Sharp a little bit more. I can't believe I'm saying this because K-Dub's been my dude. Give a little bit more love to Coop. I think that he was open on more plays than we actually threw him the ball for. And then on defense, I mean, really, dude, it's crazy to say that Reek was probably the only guy who played out of sorts today. The rest of it was tight. Tyrese Knight missed a couple of different things for our inside linebacker. Ernest played out of his mind. Leonard Williams played out of his mind. Jay Reed had a good game.
Kobe Bryant played good.
Yeah, no, overall, we had a good defense. You got us on 2 drives. Those 2 drives made a difference. Then they won the game.
Yeah, because of how close it was.
Sure.
And we talked about this off pod too, but about maybe letting Sam take more shots.
He's got to rip it, dude. That's what I said. No, we played too safe with him, which I get why we did that. We're at home. We're against a division rival that knows us.
Week 1.
Yes. You want to make him. Okay,
I thought he stood strong in the pocket.
He did, and you want
hits.
him to go into next week saying, "I made the right decision to come here." Even though we lost, there is so much that you can go back on tape and say, "Okay, Sam, you did all of it. You stepped up. You hit these guys." There was the drop by Coop was a big deal.
Huge,
yeah,
because when you're running the ball on first and second down, the drop on third down
is massive.
It's
when it's past the line, it's a guaranteed first down if he catches that ball.
It's a guaranteed first down.
Right.
It was put in the right position.
It was a great throw. It was a great throw. It was a great route. It's just very surprising that he doesn't catch it.
But that's what hurts when you don't throw the ball a lot and you only throw the ball 5 or 6 times on this drive.
But no, we need a little bit more juice on offense.
Killer.
Our defense was right there.
Yeah,
our
defense was good.
You should win games giving up only 17. Sure. Yeah. No. Agreed. And I think the offense does have potential. So, yes, it sucks losing week 1. It sucks losing even more to a rival with a hat bet on the fucking line because you just saw an hour plus of me on content with fucking shit red on my head.
Happy week 1, Chuck.
I know, right? But it doesn't – if we came out so flat that we didn't compete in that game, I would have had a completely different opinion of how I'm feeling going into week 2. Now, with that matchup – the Steelers coming off of a big comeback win. I think that they're
going on right.
And Nick Eamon, I haven't heard anything further about his ankle injury, but he literally 3 plays in.
He had a nice hit early on, taking McCaffrey down in the backfield.
And he got rolled up on by Leonard Williams. Didn't end well. I don't know what's going to happen there. That could be a big deal. But I think that we can still go into Steel City and play well. Reek, you better watch this game and watch it again and figure out where you need to put yourself because Ricky Pearsall is not – you should have had that ball. Anyway, I hate the loss. Don't dislike what I saw overall.
Couple quick shout outs to my guy D Winters taking Drake Greenrow's spot, playing
Had some
real
good
well.
Had some good tackles today. 5'3" was a very good compliment to 5'4".
Number 3,
Where did he come
from? D Winters. He's from TCU.
Rookie or second year?
No. This is I think his 3rd year actually. And then Tonjes, I mean, our 3rd string tight end he's our backup receiving tight end because the other guy's more of a blocker, but. Coming up and getting in front of that defender for that game-winning touchdown grab, I was in shock that it happened. I was real worried that I was going to be the one wearing a Seattle hat.
It was on the scramble drill, dude. I said pick, and then it was a touchdown. And then I was like, okay, $1.34, 1 timeout left, and then Sam let it rip.
Yeah, you're all the way down, and then you get that.
It was a good game.
You're not going to see very many fumbles where the defense then pushes
What
the lineman back into the quarterback. Walker was open. He was going to Walker right there. Number 9, your running back. Right, boom, he was going to hit him. There was nobody there. You guys were going to keep that drive going. You're not going to see very many sacks where the DN pushes back the lineman into the quarterback as he's throwing the ball and it hits him in the butt. That's just like a weird.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. That's the play that happened right there, and that's the reason why I'm wearing the hat and the reason why I'm 0-1.
Niners have 2 rookies in the secondary starting. We got Upton, who made a couple plays and was the cause of that 4th down penalty, and then Singleton, the safety, also. So I was nervous watching that whole game.
It was both exactly for sure. No, so I mean, it's just crazy to think that that's week 1, and we don't see each other again until week 18. We open and
see
end
how
the
the teams have changed.
Yeah, for real though, it's going to be insane. The whole season gets to progress around it, and then we end the season with hopefully another banger just like that, dude. Like a 1-possession game with minutes left. You hate losing, right? We all hate losing. But when you can watch a whole game and still be super interested because it can go either way at any time. At any time, yeah. Literally the last play where Darnold, like, you were probably like, fuck, he might throw a touchdown right here. Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's a fucking coin flip. So, I mean, we love games like that. You hate being on the losing end, and especially against a bitter division rival where there was a lot of red in those stands. A lot on the line. Yeah, and here it is for an hour and a half of content with the fucking my head's on fire. Woo-woo. But there it is. There's 107. Dan, you got anything else you would like to add?
I'd like to talk to my
out?
fandom.
Oh my goodness, so gracious.
Later,
that's right.
baby.
We talked. That's right. Okay, so let me ask some questions then. That's right.
Shoot.
Okay, shoot. What did you think of Gino?
24 for 34 for 362, one tutty, and one
362.
Every attempt was over 10.6. You look at some of my boys here. Thornton, 2 catches.
I asked you about Gene. Oh, that's true. Okay,
Thornton,
that's
2 catches, 45 yards.
Okay.
Averaged over 20 yards per catch. My guy Beck from TCU had 1 catch, 23 yards. Tucker had 2 catches, 54 yards. That's a lot of yards downfield for those guys. Bowers, ends up going for 103, so he ends up having 20 yards.
By the way,
he has 20 yards of reception. So I like the way Gino played. The 1 pick can't happen. I haven't seen it yet.
It was a tip ball.
He sacked 4 times. That's on offensive line, maybe on him. But I like the way we played all around.
Okay. I would say your tight end. Genty had a couple of decent plays, but your tight end prediction. To Gino's credit, he normally does not find tight ends. And this one, he was looking for Bowers and Mayer big time.
It made sense.
9 receptions on 12 targets.
Okay, now what did you think? Let's flip the coin. So offense was ripping a little bit. That defense, though.
Started out a little slow, ended up having 6 sacks.
Okay.
You got Crosby had a sack, Kuntz had a sack, Tyree had a sack, 4 sacks, sorry. Tyree had a sack, and then also Jonathan Luio, he's our defensive tackle. He's going to have to play big, him and Butler. But 4 sacks on the day, 6 quarterback hits, actually more 6 tackles for loss, 9 quarterback hits. So our defense line played well, linebackers played well, and I actually thought the secondary, we'll see. It's only Drake May. They don't really have a lot of receivers up there. Diggs, I don't even count as not decent anymore.
Not really.
It seemed like the back end was flying around. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm excited. Next week we got Chargers on Monday night, so that's big.
That's especially big. With the juice that they're coming off of.
Both of us. I mean, and it could be. It doesn't matter if it's in Vegas or in LA. We still have the crowd in LA, so it's a home game either way, kind of for us.
Dude, the black hole doesn't miss for sure. Not and. It's crazy to think that, dude, Las Vegas Raiders. Crazy. But you guys did look good overall.
First half, I would have liked
shaky. I thought the Patriots were going to take it.
And Carlson missed another field goal, which he doesn't miss a lot. He missed a field goal in the first half.
Okay.
But yeah, I think in the second half we look good. I like the way Chip Kelly called the plays. Run game, I want to see a little bit more. We only had 48 yards or 56 yards in total runs. 19 for 38, and then Gino went 2 for 10, and Zamir only had 3 for 8. So we didn't even have a lot of
throwing that much, though, see, that's the whole thing with Gino last year.
But it was there, though.
It was, yes.
Patriots have a good defensive line.
They do. They have invested in that over the last couple of years. You would say, though, overall, obviously, very positive effort, right?
Very positive effort.
Okay. Good win.
Next week is you can't come out old Raiders would come out and just
it's a measuring stick.
Put up a fucking goose egg against the Chargers.
They very well might.
Well, no, old Raiders would. This Raiders does not. Okay. We're winning that game, too. I'm going 2-0. 2-0. I'm wearing this hat next week, too. Raider hat every week. We win.
Might be a hat right there.
I'll take it if you want to go. Check us out on Instagram and X. We'll post our bets.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, Dan. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, no, for all the visuals when it comes to, we're going to put up some shit. We're going to put up our QBs of the rule the world. We're going to make those decisions. We're going to have those up weekly. We're going to get more timely with our bets, right? We're going to make sure that we have those out on the lines. So that's always up on X and Instagram.
Yeah.
Audio for Buzzsprout. Spotify now features videos. So if you're watching us on Spotify, you can do either or, which is fucking rad. Absolutely. YouTube as well. We love all of the comments and everything there. So I think that was a great 107, you guys. And I'm looking for a better week too.
Yeah. See you next week.
NFL's back.
Whoop whoop.